Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Wanted to do an update video on my crypto mining in my garage now that we have entered the Florida summer heat with days in the high 90s, even in pushing in hundreds. How I'm keeping my garage at a decent level and keeping my crypto mining cool. So I'm going to show you some of the changes I've made and kind of give you an overall summary if you haven't seen my other videos on how I'm doing this for my setup. Alright, so first up I'm using a grow tent from VivoSun that is housing all of my mining rigs in here to keep all of that hot air contained inside here as best as possible. And then there's a fan venting out that hot air at the top. And then I've got several intakes that I'll show you here in a second for that. So the outtake fan up there at the top is simply pushing the air out my window here, and I've set that tube to vent the hot air further away from the window because there's also cool air being pulled in through the window. I say cool air, yeah, if you say 96 degrees is cool air coming in. This is my air conditioner that's set up. This is primarily just for comfort for ourselves in the garage, although it does help keep the garage itself in the high 80s, which is good because we're also storing other stuff as well. So one of the issues I had with this setup previously is because you've got the air conditioner pushing out hot air and then you have this fan here venting out hot air, is that creates negative pressure obviously in the grow tent, but it actually was creating negative pressure in the garage as a whole because it has to pull that air in from somewhere. And so that was creating issues inside the house because it was pulling air conditioner from inside the house, and it was actually pulling heat from inside the walls through like little cracks into the house. So I needed to relieve that negative pressure, which is why I now have a screen installed right into the window. And then yeah, I just took a razor blade and cut these so that they could go out. It actually works pretty good, and now you can feel actually the air pulling in from the outside. Now that air gets pulled in, and it gets pulled into the tent through the vents. So there are vents on both sides of the tent. Then this is the intake, just a third intake that I use to get some of the cool air up towards the top of the tent there. And then I use just carbon filters, so you can just get these off Amazon. Just simple carbon filters to keep all my cat hair and also just dust and particles from getting inside here, which is nice, especially being in a garage. Obviously the air out here is dusty, so it helps keep the mining rigs clean. They still get some small dust on them, so it's not perfect, but it definitely does help. So there you have it. That's my current setup. It's working pretty well right now. At the top of the tent, it will be about 120 degrees during the peaks of the day. And at the entrance, the bottom of the tent, it'll be around 100. And that's pulling in, obviously, ambient air, you know, in the mid to high 90s, so that's kind of expected. And then obviously the ambient in the garage over on the other side of the garage where the air conditioner is pushing will usually sit in the mid 80s. Trying to run the air conditioner low takes up way too much power, so I have it set I think like at 86, 88 just to keep the garage from getting too hot just from the outside air. But obviously it is an issue because, I mean, if it's hot out, it's pulling in the hot air from the outside. The alternative is it's going to be pulling in air from inside the house. So either way you cut it, you got to deal with the heat some way. This has helped get the air pushed out. The only thing I've thought about doing to make it more efficient is to better insulate this, as well as the one coming from the air conditioner, because there is ambient heat coming off of this, which is heating the air of the garage. So there's still work to be done. If you have any thoughts, ideas, comments, please leave them in the video below. I do read through all of them. I'd love to hear any thoughts. If you're dealing with this yourself, maybe some of the stuff is helpful, or maybe you have something that you can tell me that I'm not doing as efficiently as I could. But that's how I'm crypto mining in the Florida summer heat right now. So I'll be posting more videos if I make more updates. As always, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more with crypto mining, tech tips, technology reviews, all that good stuff in between. And I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.